In today's video, we are going to take a look at the concept of moments, which helps us understand practical situations, such as why using a longer spanner makes a task easier compared to using a shorter one, and how two people of different weights can still manage to balance on a seesaw. Before diving into the practical examples, it is important to define exactly what a moment is. A moment refers to the turning effect or rotational influence that a force can exert on an object around a fixed point known as the pivot. For instance, if you have a spanner and you apply a downward force at one end to tighten a nut, the spanner does not just move straight downwards, instead it rotates around a central point, and this turning action is called a moment. To determine the size or magnitude of a moment, we use the formula moment equals force multiplied by distance, where the distance refers specifically to the perpendicular distance from the pivot to the point where the force is being applied. This is crucial because for the greatest possible moment, you want to apply a large force as far from the pivot as possible. Perpendicular in this context means at a right angle to the direction of the applied force. In our spanner example, if you apply the force directly down at the end of the spanner, the whole length of the spanner becomes the perpendicular distance. However, if you apply the force at an odd or slanted angle instead, then the effective perpendicular distance is much shorter, and this means the moment generated would be smaller as well. Now, let us work through an example to see this in action. Imagine you are applying a perpendicular force of 80 newtons to a spanner, and this force is being applied 20 centimeters from the pivot. First, we need to make sure our units are consistent, so we convert 20 centimeters into meters, which is 0.2 meters. Then we multiply 0.2 meters by 80 newtons, giving us a moment of 16 newton meters. Now, suppose you still want to create a moment of 16 newton meters, but this time you are applying the force only 0.1 meters away from the pivot. To find the required force, we need to rearrange our formula and divide the moment by the distance. So 16 newton meters divided by 0.1 meters equals 160 newtons. This demonstrates that when you apply a force closer to the pivot, you have to use more force to achieve the same turning effect. The final concept we need to discuss is that sometimes more than one moment can be acting on the same object simultaneously. A classic example is a seesaw. In the case of a seesaw, the pivot is located in the center. If someone applies a force on the right side, the perpendicular distance from the pivot to where that force is applied might be, say, 2 meters. If that person is exerting a force of 600 newtons, the moment created would be 2 multiplied by 600, which equals 1,200 newton meters. Since moments cause rotation, we describe them as either clockwise or anticlockwise instead of simply saying up or down. In this example, the moment caused on the right side of the pivot would be a clockwise moment. If a downward force is applied on the opposite side of the pivot, it would produce an anticlockwise moment. To determine how the seesaw will move, we compare the sizes of the clockwise and anticlockwise moments. If both are equal, the seesaw will not rotate and will remain balanced because the two moments cancel each other out. For instance, imagine you want to find out how far from the pivot you need to place an 800 newton force to balance a clockwise moment of 1,200 newton meters. To do this, we rearrange the formula so that distance equals moment divided by force. So 1,200 divided by 800 gives us 1.5 meters. This means that the 800 newton force needs to be applied 1.5 meters from the pivot to balance the seesaw and keep it in equilibrium. That brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you found this explanation helpful and easy to understand. If you did, be sure to check out our other videos, and we will see you again very soon.